40 Winks by Mitch Moldofsky. Fade in. Interior, sleep lab. Night. In the lab, in the near future. Technicians in lab coats seated at monitors making notes. Some monitors show line graph readouts measuring eye movement, leg movement, and brainwave patterns. Others show people sleeping in adjacent rooms. A third set of monitors display the dreams of the sleepers. The quality is not sharp, but rather like living impressionist paintings. They feature people in a variety of everyday and unusual situations, example flying. The technicians jot alphanumeric codes onto spreadsheets as they watch. The final image is of a couple making love. Fade out. In the darkness, a powerful voice.
Dr. Hunter, you say your research shows that dreams are, without exception, random, delusional, and meaningless. Is that correct?
Fade in. Interior, Boston, Massachusetts, Criminal Court. Day. A trial in progress. The courtroom is packed. Dr. Carol Hunter, 34, a well-put-together woman with mid-length, dirty blonde hair, wearing a business suit, sits in the witness box.
That's correct.
Prosecuting attorney grabs a bagged, blood-stained pickaxe and the evidence table and brings it to Carol.
The defendant, Mr. Romer, was overheard at a homeless shelter talking in his sleep. He specifically mentioned the murder weapon, a pickaxe. He was seen in the area the day the grisly event occurred. Are you telling me this dream is of no relevance?
None.
Skeptical murmurs break out in the courtroom. The beefy black arresting officer, Detective Morgan, looks sternly on.
Really? Well, help me out a bit, Doctor. You see, I had a dream myself last night. About this very trial, as a matter of fact. I was standing right here, pretty much as I am now. The only difference, you were dressed as a clown.
The courtroom erupts in laughter. The judge raps his gavel.
Objection.
Order.
It's true.
Sustained. Direct your question.
Wouldn't you say that was a pretty relevant dream?
Indeed. May I ask, what was your reaction when you saw me dressed as a clown?
The defense tries to get her attention. She ignores him.
I beg your pardon?
Were you surprised? Shocked?
As I recall, I took it pretty much in stride.
Detective Morgan snickers at this.
And if I was dressed as a clown now, how would you react? You'd look at me like I was crazy and demand I have my head examined.
More laughter. The judge gavels again.
The reason you reacted without concern in your dream is because you weren't thinking rationally, which is perfectly normal for the dream world.
I was in a courtroom trying a case.
You're a lawyer. You don't expect someone living in the Mojave Desert to dream of being stuck in elevators.
Sensing he's losing the battle of wits, the prosecutor turns up the volume.
Dr. Hunter, a pickaxe is a very unusual murder weapon. Isn't it logical to assume...
Dreams aren't logical. How can I put this? Our visual cortex is stimulated during sleep as a function of brain growth. In response, our mind generates images, using memory as a kind of Rolodex. You've established Mr. Romer has experience with pickaxes from his days as a miner. It's perfectly normal they should crop up in his dreams once in a while.
Perhaps, but...
A dream, in essence, is a kind of story we tell ourselves. It doesn't mean the story is true.
The prosecutor looks nervously back at Detective Morgan, who stands and leaves in disgust. Exterior courthouse day. Carol comes down the steps of the courthouse.
I wonder sometimes why I bother making arrests.
She looks around.
That guy's a chronic troublemaker. If he doesn't go down for this, it'll be something else.
You can't convict on a dream, Detective.
What kind of evidence would you suggest?
I don't know. Fingerprints are nice.
She continues down without him.
You know, if it wasn't for you so-called experts, the streets would be a whole lot cleaner around here.
Interior fancy restaurant night. A sexy female singer fronts a jazz trio playing All the Way by Jay Van Heusen and Sammy J. Cowan. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. Insert. A man's hand holds open a magazine to an article titled Digital Brainwave Imaging. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all the way. The article is an interview with Carol featuring a picture of her in her lab, some monitor images, and a quotation. Dreams are the one part of our lives that are still uncensored. Taller than the tallest tree is, that's how it's got to feel. Deeper than the deep blue sea is, that's how deep it goes if it's real. Carol's husband, Greg Ogilvy, 39, looks over the article at their table.
Very impressive.
There are all sorts of mistakes.
That's the way it is with journalists. To them, reality is just a first draft itching for a rewrite.
Greg takes out a small jewelry box.
What's this? Greg, we said no presents.
It's not a present, it's a statement. At least that's what the saleswoman said. Maybe it was just her commission talking. I mean, if it's only a present, it might not justify jacking the price 30%, but if it's a statement...
She takes out a platinum ring with 3 small diamonds.
3 diamonds for 3 of the best years of my life. And by that, of course, I mean ages 18 to 21.
He winks to show he's kidding.
Greg, it's beautiful, but
But what?
you didn't have to. You must have broken the bank.
My little piggy bank?
I didn't mean... It's just so unexpected.
Try it on.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Thank you.
She kisses him.
Feeling guilty about something?
He scowls.
I'm kidding. I guess I'm nervous. I really appreciate you doing this.
It's no problem.
It's only for 4 nights until I train my assistant. If it wasn't for the tight start, I would have found someone else. I have to run it by the ethics committee to make sure it was all right to use you.
Stop worrying, will you?
Anyway, being a subject isn't that hard. All you have to do is...
I know. Sleep. Don't worry. I've been doing it since I was 30.
He winks again. Fade out. In the darkness, Carol's voice is heard, lecturing.
There are 2 essential questions common to all our dreams. Where am I? And what the hell is going on?
Fade in. Interior Research Center meeting room. Night. The 2 questions are projected on a slide. Insert. Where am I? What is going on?
Our dreams are an aggregate of every place we've ever been, everyone we've ever met, strung together by a tenuous and fickle logic as we try to puzzle out these questions.